It's been another year, so I wanted to go back over my Blu-ray collection again because I've added to it. I got rid of some stuff. So the first Blu-rays that I have is the Hobbit trilogy. I got the Lord of the Rings films on DVD over here because it has the appendices and all that. That isn't available on the 4K, which I'll get to in a minute. A few years back I also brought the Hobbit films on Blu-ray in these nice little packages, and I watched them all and I didn't really like them that much. But like the 4K set for Lord of the Rings, the 4K set for the Hobbit doesn't include the appendices. I haven't got the 4K set for the Hobbit. I don't think I want to because, again, not the biggest fan of this trilogy. There's so many fan edits that have been done that are just way better, that just condense the story down and make it such a better experience. I'm waffling. Here's An Unexpected Journey. It's a really nice lenticular cover, which is really nice. You've got the spine, which is nicely embossed. And here's the back, which is also embossed. You got the extended edition, part 1 extended edition, and part 2's there. And then you got all the appendices stuff that I really just kept this set for. Then you got Desolation of Smaug. This is like a different feel to the last one, which I really like, and it has a more like smoother feel. I've just got this embossed at the back. I've just got a really nice lenticular cover with Smaug. I've also kept the things that go round. I forgot what they're called. Then finally we got Battle of the Five Armies. Again, very nice lenticular, and then again this has a different feel. I like how they have like different textures. It's really nice. The back, which is embossed, and then the spine, which is embossed. I thought while I'm here I might as well show off the Lord of the Rings DVD set as well. It's just so well designed. It looks beautiful. And you got all 3 films in here. So you got Fellowship of the Ring. Here's the back bit of it. You could take it out like that, and you just got a blank back. And then you got a really nice digipack that comes out like this, and it just keeps going. It's a very okay. Yeah, you got the booklet here, and then you got the appendices. This side is the 2 extended edition discs, and it's just like that for every film. I can't be bothered to get them all out. Then we have got Insidious, the first one. Oh god, this Blu-ray really annoys me because the slipcover doesn't cover the whole length of the Blu-ray, which is really annoying, but it does have some nice embossing on it. And then you got Insidious Chapter 2 with some embossing on it. Very nice. I still haven't seen these films. I really do need to see them because I hear that they're really good horror films. I do need to give these 2 a watch for around Halloween, I think. Then you have Bumblebee. This is just a really delightful film. I haven't seen this in a few years now, but it's a really good film. I do want to give it a rewatch. It's the only Transformers film that I've actually seen front to back. The good thing about this release that I've got here is that these are foreign discs. On eBay I found like a foreign 4K of this film, and I brought it and I swapped the discs out with the UK version because the UK version is censored. The BBFC like censored it down to get a PG rating, and I just wanted to have the original version. Here's the foreign copy that I have here. It's got the original UK discs in it. And then I've got almost all the Rocky films. I'm missing 2, but they're not available on 4K. So we got the Rocky Knockout Collection. We've got Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, and the director's cut of Rocky 4, which I think I preferred to the theatrical cut. I just really love these films. I really want to give them a rewatch. Yeah, and you just got all of them in this nice little tight package here. You've got Rocky, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, and the director's cut, and then you got the bonus features. And then you've got Creed. I rewatched these recently actually for Creed 3. I really love this first film. Second film, I don't think it's as good as the first film, but it's still really, really solid. I love how Drago returns and all that. And then you got Creed 3, which I watched very recently actually. I think it's the weakest out of the 3, but it's again very, very solid. I think it works on its own 2 legs without having Rocky. And then I got 2 Christmas films. I got Christmas Story, which is just, I think it's top 5 Christmas films for me. And then you got Alf. It's a fun enough Christmas film. It's not my favourite Christmas film, but I have it on 4K. Then you got Whiplash. This is top 5 films of all time for me. It's like gotta be. I love this film so much. I've only watched it once. I'm like really desperate to rewatch this. I brought it on 4K recently. Originally it came just without the slipcover. I decided to buy a custom slipcover for this because I just love this film so much. They stuck it together a bit weird, if you can see. Like they haven't glued it correctly, but it still slots in good enough. Then you got American Psycho, another film that I really, really love. Christian Bale does such a good performance in this. There's so many iconic moments in this film. The soundtrack is phenomenal. Patrick Bateman, just a true Sigma male. And then you got Oppenheimer, one of my favourites of 2023. It looks great in 4K as well. The visuals are great. The slipcover has some nice spot gloss there as well. It is in a slim case, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it's fine. And then we're really just moving on to a lot of Blu-rays now, starting with James Cameron's The Terminator. Just such a classic action film. I don't know why they haven't released a 4K for this film yet. It's actually really frustrating. There's actually a bunch of James Cameron films coming out this year on 4K, like Aliens and True Lies and The Abyss on like 4K, but he still hasn't remastered this one. They got Terminator 2. This was done in 4K, but everyone hated it. I'm pretty sure they like denoised it a lot and everyone's face just looked way too smooth and the colours are all off. So I just got the Blu-ray for this one. This is still the remastered Blu-ray. I think I should have gone with one of the older Blu-rays. This is a 10 out of 10 film. It's one of the best action films of all time. They got Final Destination. This is a fun enough horror film. The concept's really great. The execution could be done better. It's a very fun film. This one includes a DVD for some reason as well as the Blu-ray, which is a bit weird. And they got Taken, a film that I really need to watch. Everyone has seen this film, I feel like, and I haven't seen it yet. And I got it on Blu-ray and I still haven't seen it. And then you've got Paul. I think this is one of my biggest guilty pleasures. I like rated this in, I think, an 8.5 when I first saw this film. From what I remember, it was just a really, really fun time. You got Seth Rogen as an alien. Then you got Ted. This is probably another guilty pleasure of mine. Again, it's a really fun comedy. It's just got that family guy type humour and live action. It just works really well in my opinion. Then you got The 40-Year-Old Virgin. This is a Judd Apatow film, so you know it's going to be a long film. It's a really fun concept. It's not the best comedy, but I have it in my collection. And then you got Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. This is a really well written comedy. The comedy is just so well done in this film. You also got a stacked cast. Then you got Anchorman 2. This is a really nice slipcover. It's got some embossing here as well. This has two different cuts of this film, I think. The second version is 2.5 hours long, which is absolutely shocking for a comedy film. I watched that cut of the film because I heard it's supposed to be the best cut of the film, but I don't think it's that bad of a sequel. Then you got The Hangover. This is another just really fun comedy film by the same guy who directed Joker, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and When Nature Calls. Just two really fun films in my opinion. Jim Carrey, just one of my favourite comedic actors. I've gone over this multiple times, but the plastic on the front of it's come off and there's like a massive like dent. It just arrived like this, which is really annoying because I brought it new. And they got Superman the movie, the extended cut and the special edition. I have this film on 4K. I kept this one down here because it doesn't have like a slipcover or anything. But yeah, it has the 3-hour-long TV version, which is a very long cut of the film, and it's also the only cut of the film I've seen. Then you've got Watchmen, the director's cut. I rewatched this last year. It's just a really good Zack Snyder film. It might be my favourite Zack Snyder film that I've seen. I really want to get the graphic novel and read it because I heard it's supposed to be like one of the best graphic novels of all time. Then you got Watchmen, Tales of the Black Friar, which is like a short, like 20-something minute film. It has Gerard Butler. The animation's pretty good as well, but it's not really that memorable. I just have it to go along with Watchmen. Then you've got My Hero Academia 2 Heroes. This is the My Hero Academia film. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the biggest fan of this. It wasn't that memorable. It was just a pretty filler movie. And then I've got My Hero Academia seasons 1 to 3. I watched season 1 on like Netflix and I wanted to watch season 2 because I did really like season 1. So I just decided to buy the Blu-ray of season 1 to 3. Yeah, I heard after season 3 it declines in quality a bit. I heard the newest season is supposed to be pretty good. But season 1 to 3, I think they're pretty good seasons of television. I really like these Blu-ray sets because they have a lot of artwork to them. Like behind the discs, you got all this stuff here, and you got some really nice artwork on the discs. And you got Bowfinger. This is just a fun Eddie Murphy comedy with Steve Martin. Nothing special. The annoying thing about this Blu-ray is that it doesn't come with subtitles, and I really rely on subtitles a lot of the time to watch films because I want to hear everything going on and everything. Mr. Worldwide, Mr. 305, everybody going through tough times. Life is a waste of time and time is a waste of life. And then I've also got Super. This is a James Gunn film. Still haven't seen it yet. The thing that's put me off is it doesn't have a subtitle track again, but I do really want to see this because it's supposed to be a really fun superhero film. From now on, it's really just 4Ks and collector's editions, just big collections. First of all, we got Back to the Future in 4K. Still haven't seen this in 4K yet. I really need to because it's one of the best trilogies of all time. I have so much nostalgia for them as well. Just got a nice digipack opening up here with all the films on Blu-ray 4K. Really need to rewatch these. Oh god. Then you got Alien Anthology, which I think is just one of the nicest sets that I have. All the just nice looking stuff on the side. The box is so thick as well. And then obviously you got this massive digipack that I've opened like 1,000,000 times by now on these Blu-ray collection videos. Massive digipack that just keeps going, which folds out like this. It just keeps on going. Oh my. Yeah, you got all the discs there. I am debating on whether to sell this, surprisingly, because I kind of just want to upgrade to the 4Ks, because like I mentioned, they're releasing the Aliens 4K next year. I want to get Aliens in 4K, I want to get Alien on 4K, and I want to get Prometheus and Alien Covenant, because they're available on 4K as well. I thought this was a good time to film a little bit of an update in the middle of the Blu-ray collection video, because as I've been editing this over the past few weeks, I've picked up actually a good few 4Ks with Christmas Mini in there. I got Alien 4K with a slipcover. She got the 4K and the Blu-ray. Then you got Prometheus on 4K. I like the slipcover again. You got the 4K and the Blu-ray. And then you got Alien Covenant on 4K. This is not in as good condition as the other two because I got some specs. I think it was in there for like £9. The slipcover is very, very nicely has a very nice shine to it. It's pretty scratched. I know the camera won't focus, but it's pretty scratched. Yeah. Yes, I'm glad I picked these ones up. As you can see, I've got rid of the Alien Blu-ray collection here. I just put it in my drawer. Then you got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Very nice slipcover again, very nice. I had to pick this film up in 4K because it's 15 quid in Saks. It's in my top 10 of last year. I really love this film. And the animation I think would just look great on 4K, so I had to pick it up. This just has a 4K disc in here. And then you got Predator 3 movie collection. Not gonna lie, not the biggest fan of Predator 2 and Predators. Really like the first one. The first one was just really fun. Arnold Schwarzenegger just battling a predator, you know. The character design for the Predators is just great as well. Just a really nice, oh god, a nice little digipack here with all 3 films, and then you got digital codes there. And then I've also got Prey, which I recently got for Christmas. Oh, it still has the HMV thing on the back. I didn't realise that. Oh no, it's ripping. Ah, no, it left a mark. Oh, it's ripped the cardboard. It's left a mark right here. Oh my god, that's really unfortunate. I watched this when this came out on Disney Plus. It's a really solid addition to the Predator franchise. It's probably my favourite since the original. I like the time period where it's set in that, how the Predator is built around that. And then I've got all my X-Men films there, starting with the X-Men 3-film collection on 4K. I surprisingly like all 3 films in this trilogy. I think I have a soft spot for the 3rd one because I had it on DVD and I used to watch it a bunch. I got this in 4K. Again, a nice little digipack. It's very similar to the Predator one, where you got the 4Ks and the Blu-rays there. And then I got X-Men First Class on Blu-ray. I didn't buy X-Men Origins Wolverine because it's not a great film. It's really not a great film, and you don't really need to watch that film to understand the rest of the X-Men films. So I did want to get the 4K, but the 4K comes without a slipcover, which is just so annoying. I could get the 4K and just slip it under the Blu-ray slipcover, but I don't know. This is a nice slipcover, has some embossing in there. And then you got the Wolverine Unleashed Extended Edition. I do think this is a really solid film. The 3rd act is not great, but I think the first 2 acts are just really solid. There's a lot of good stuff in this film. I think it's one of the most underrated X-Men films in my opinion. And yeah, there's a really nice slipcover. This hasn't actually been released on 4K, which is weird. I don't know why they haven't released this on 4K yet. And then you got X-Men Days of Future Past, the Rogue cut on Blu-ray. I think this is the better cut of the film. Very nice slipcover. It does have a bit of a rip on the slipcover here, which is not very nice, but it's a really solid film. And then you got Deadpool. You got Deadpool 1 and 2. I'm really excited for Deadpool 3 coming out this year. I pray it's good. I really love these first 2 films. I do need to rewatch them for the 3rd one. But yeah, you got Deadpool 1 and you got Deadpool 2, the super duper cuts in like a very big MRA here. Then you have Logan on 4K. This is like, I think it's the HMV exclusive, as art cards in here, which I can't be asked to get out. And then you got a nice poster, which again I can't be asked to get out. I've probably done this in previous Blu-ray collection videos. And then you got Lord of the Rings trilogy on 4K. Such an iconic trilogy, which I really need to rewatch because I haven't watched it since like 2019, 2018. I don't know. I'm desperate to rewatch these films because they're just so good. The only thing that puts me off is obviously the length. They're just so long. You get a nice thick MRA. And then you got Cinema version, disc 1, disc 2, Two Towers, disc 1, disc 2, Twin of the King, disc 1, disc 2, and then you got the theatrical versions as well. And then you got all the John Wick films, starting with John Wick chapters 1 to 3 on 4K here. This is a really nice slipcover. One of my favourite slipcovers I've got in the collection. It's just so, like, it's so vibrant. And then you got literally got embossing everywhere. You got embossing here, embossing on the Keanu Reeves, embossing here, got embossing all down the spine, even embossing on this side. You got embossing all on the back as well. This quote is embossed. So much embossing. All 3 films inside it. You got John Wick 2, John Wick 3. I think I paid way too much for this set. It was an eBay bid and I ended up paying like 45 quid for this, when you could get the film separately for like 30 quid. And then you obviously got the conclusion of John Wick 4. Such a good film. I think it's number 4 in my films for 2023. One of the best conclusions to like a franchise I've seen. It's just visually phenomenal. The story is just so good. The action is just unbelievable. Yeah, this is a very nice set as well. You got the 4K there, and then you got a booklet with a bunch of information about the film, and then you got a bunch of art cards which are really nice. I've showed these off in a short, I think. And then we're going on to more horror stuff here. We got The Conjuring with a very nice spot gloss slipcover here. Nothing special about the rest of it, it's just got the normal Blu-ray underneath. I think this is a really good horror film. It just gets really goofy and fun at the end, which I just love. Then you got The Conjuring 2, again very nicely spot glossed, very nice. I think it's a really solid sequel as well. The whole stuff with the nun is great. And then you got Annabelle Creation. I skipped all the other Conjuring films because I've heard they're not that great, but I heard this Annabelle film was really good, so I got it. And I think it was a really good prequel. It did lack some of that James Wan flair, but I'm glad I have it in the collection. And then you got all the Scream films here. We got the first Scream. The slipcover isn't in the best condition. It's a bit ripped here, not the best, but I love this first film. Just one of the best horror films. I love how self-aware it is. I love how it plays on the tropes. The acting from everyone's great, especially from Matthew Lillard. And you got Scream 2. I really like this as a sequel. I don't think it's as good as the first, obviously, but that opening might just rival the first. I just love that opening with Jada Pinkett Smith, Keep My Wife's Name. And then we got Scream 5 and Scream 6, 2-film collection. We got Scream 5 and Scream 6 like in a double pack here. I haven't got Scream 3 on 4K yet because I wanted to get like a collection with all 3 in like a set because I wanted to free up a bit of space. Really like these 2 films. Really upset what happened to Scream 7. And then you got Friday the 13th 8-film collection. I picked this up in like a Saks for like 35, I think, 35 quid. As almost every Friday the 13th film in there. I watched 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6 because I heard 5, 7 and 8 are not supposed to be that great. This is a good collection, just as all the films in this nice little collection. 1, part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Next we got Spider-Man Legacy box set. This is just my favourite item in my collection. It's the first item that I got in my collection. I got it for 20 quid on Amazon. I love showing this off every single time. The embossing here is just so good. And then you got the spine. You got the back all spot glossed. And then you got the Sam Raimi section, the Mark Webb section split up. And then you bring it out like this. And then you got the Sam Raimi bit. It's all gold, beautiful. Got the back with screenshots from the film. And then you got a whole book in there about how they made the films and all that. It's really nice. And then at the back you've got all the discs. You got Spider-Man, you got Spider-Man 2, and then you got Spider-Man 3, and then here you got the bonus disc. The bonus disc includes the editor's cut of Spider-Man 3 as well, which you can only get in this collection in the UK, I'm pretty sure. So I'm happy I've got this. I do kind of wish I had the 4K version of this set with all the 4K ones along with the Blu-rays. That's going for like 200 quid on eBay now, I'm pretty sure. If you can see on the bottom, it's got out of how many are there. So yeah, it's out of 2,000. So this is a proper limited edition set as well. Then you got the Mark Webb section with all like silver. Screenshots from the film again, a booklet of how the film's made and that, and then you got obviously the discs, Amazing Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2, and then you got a bonus disc. Just such a good set, really nice. It's so good, so good. And then also we got the other 2 Spider-Man films, apart from the MCU ones, but I can't bother to get the MCU ones because they link into the MCU, and then I feel like I have to get all the MCU films, and I'm not doing that because there's way too much MCU films, and a lot of them are on Disney Plus anyway, so I'm not buying all them. But Spider-Man Into Spider-Verse, one of my favourite films of all time, top 5 films of all time, 100%. Beautiful, probably one of the best 4Ks, it just looks so good in 4K. And then obviously, I had to put Across the Spider-Verse along with this. Might be in my top 10 films of all time, actually. It might just be right under Into the Spider-Verse. I just love this film. This is a custom slipcover as well, because this came without a slipcover. It's just really stupid. I don't know what Sony Pictures are doing, putting out all their releases without slipcovers. It's pretty like what are you doing, mate? But the custom slipcover goes really well with the normal one, the one for Into Spider-Verse. So yeah, and then you're going on to DC stuff here. I got a lot of DC stuff. First you got Superman the movie. Like I said, I got the 4K of this film. This has the 4K of the theatrical cut, and then it has the special edition on Blu-ray. And then you've got Superman 2. You got the Richard Donner cut along with this as well. You got the theatrical cut and the Richard Donner cut, which is good. I still haven't watched these in 4K yet, but I do want to. I really do like these films. I do like Superman 2 as well. And then you got the Batman films. I rewatched this last year to prepare for The Flash, and I do really love this film. Just Jack Nicholson is just such a good Joker, and I think Michael Keaton is just such a good Batman. Then you got Batman Returns. I don't think this is as good as the first one, I don't think. I think I did find it really fun. Then you've obviously got the Dark Knight trilogy, Christopher Nolan. Again, I really want to rewatch these films. I think they're just great. The Dark Knight especially, obviously. And now moving on to DCU, you've got the Zack Snyder Justice League trilogy, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Zack Snyder's Justice League. A pretty good trilogy from Zack Snyder. I'm not the biggest fan of all three of the films, but I think where he's trying to take the story in that was pretty interesting. Wonder Woman, you got a really nice embossed slipcover here. I think this is a fun film. You got Aquaman. This is another one where I bought the foreign 4K for this and replaced the discs, because the BBFC put out a censor cut of the film in the UK and I just wanted to have the original version. Then you got Shazam. It's just a really fun film. Birds of Prey. I haven't watched this in a while, but I remember liking this one as well. Then you got The Suicide Squad, my favourite DCU film. Need to rewatch it. It's so fun. Just great performances from everyone. You got Peacemaker. Absolutely love this series as well. It's just a very great series. I've got 2 additions to the DC collection here. I've got The Flash on 4K. I know a lot of people don't like this film, but I liked it. I don't think the CGI will look that great on 4K, but I just wanted to add it to the DC collection. You got the 4K and the Blu-ray. And I've also got Blue Beetle. I had a fun time with this. Very good origin story, just very fun. And then you just got the 4K in this one again. And you got Joker, classic film. You got the second one coming out this year. I need to give this one a rewatch to prepare. Joaquin Phoenix, he does such a good performance in this film. And then you got the Batman, just a great Batman film. One I need to rewatch again. I haven't watched this on 4K yet. And now you're getting into more like monster kind of stuff now. You got Jurassic Park, the original trilogy. You got 1, 2 and 3. I still haven't seen 3 yet, but I don't really want to because I haven't heard great things about it. I keep saying that about everything, but the first one, obviously a classic. The second one, I didn't actually mind it. I think it's kind of underrated. You got King Kong with a really nice embossed 4K bit there. Really nice slipcover. This is really hard to find without paying a lot of money for it, but I found this in Sex for like 15 quid. I had to snatch it up. Then you've got Godzilla, the Cine edition. Just a really, I was going to say a really good film then, but I haven't even seen it yet. I do really want to watch the MonsterVerse films because obviously you got the new Godzilla X Kong, a new Empire or whatever it's called, coming out. And I still haven't watched the MonsterVerse films yet. I really need to get on that. I got the back bit, and then look at that, spot gloss. You got the 4K in there, you got the booklet, and then you got the art cards. You got Kong Skull Island, nice looking slipcover. You got Godzilla King of the Monsters. I haven't heard this film is great, but nice looking slipcover. Yeah. And you got Godzilla vs Kong. Then you got some Queen related 4Ks here. You got Highlander, which is just a really fun film. Still haven't seen it in 4K yet. I had it on Blu-ray, but then I sold the Blu-ray. And then you got Flash Gordon, which I still haven't seen yet. Music by Queen. Just a goofy 80s film. And here is the Men in Black trilogy on 4K. We've got Men in Black 1. I do really like this film. Really good sci-fi film. Men in Black 2. Not great. I think Men in Black 3 is like really fun. I think it's underrated. I do need to rewatch these films because I haven't watched them in like years now. Yeah, a really good trilogy. And then here you got all the Arrow collector's edition stuff. You got Hellraiser 3 movie collection. I'm looking on selling this because these films have come out on 4K now. They came out with a limited edition set last year, but they're coming out with like a more slimmed down version this year, which I want to get because I'm not really that into the Hellraiser franchise that I want to go all out. You just got the 3 movies here in the set. Then here you got Battle Royale, a really good foreign film. It has a lot of special features as well, which is a really good part of Arrow box sets. A really sturdy box for this one. And then you got the 4K just comes out the bottom like this. Very nice. You got a booklet here. You got the 4K for the theatrical version. Got the 4K for the director's cut, and that's it. Another addition that I got to the Arrow collection over the few weeks is Candyman Arrow Video limited edition set. I found this in a record shop that sells like record stuff and physical media and that. And this was in there for like 35 quid, but it's limited edition. I think it came out a few years ago, and I remember seeing it in my HMV and it disappeared. So I think it's good that I found it here. I really do like this film. It was on Netflix a few years back and I watched it and I really loved it. I just love the Arrow Video sets as well. You just got a bunch of stuff in there. Here's the like J card thingy with a bunch of special features in there. And the artwork is just so great. You got the 4K thing in there. You got a bunch of art cards in there. I'll go through them because they're not like tied up or anything, so they're much easier to look through. Just some really nice art cards. Then you got like a little booklet with a bunch of information on the film, I'm pretty sure. Then you've got a nice poster here, which can't be bothered to fold out because it's too hard to put back. And then you've got a bigger booklet here with storyboards, which is really interesting to see. And you got RoboCop, which I still haven't seen. This is a really nice limited edition set that I got here. It's got like a nice J card, that's the name. You got a bit on the back. You got the 4K here. You got a poster here, and then you got a really nice thick booklet here, which is really nice. And now moving on to all the like Warner Brothers collector's edition sets that I've got here. A Nightmare on Elm Street 7-film collection on Blu-ray. J card here, a nice spot gloss back, and then you got all the films in here. You got a booklet here, and then here you got a nice envelope which has a bunch of art cards in. Got Gremlins, really nice spot glossed cover here, really like the side. And then you got the 4K, a booklet, and then you got an envelope for the art card. Then you got the Shawshank Redemption, very nice spot glossing here. Got a very simplistic back. I replaced the Blu-ray with the 4K. I originally had the Blu-ray on here, but I wanted to get the 4K for this film, so I got the 4K in there now. You got the booklet, and then you got the art cards. Then you got The Witches, a childhood favourite of mine on Blu-ray. Just a film I have a lot of nostalgia for. The Blu-ray, booklet and art cards. And here's the J card here. You got 300, another Zack Snyder film in a nice little 4K collector's edition. And then you got the 4K, the booklet and the art cards, and you got the J card there. And then the final thing that I think I've got to show off in my collection is The Green Mile on 4K right here. Again, another Warner Bros. Collector's edition set, nothing really different. 4K, booklet and art cards. And there you really have it. That is really my Blu-ray collection 2024. I think I want to finish this video by just showing you around a bit. This is where all my DVDs, Blu-rays, and like Queen DVDs in that here. Up here I've obviously got more of these. Got some Queen CDs here. And then I got the rest on this shelf here. And then in my drawer I've got all the Blu-rays that I really want to sell and that. I want to sell Avatar because it's available on 4K now. Here's the Shawshank Redemption on Blu-ray that was originally in the box set. You got X-Men Cerebro Collection, which has got all the X-Men films in that I've already got on 4K. Then you got the X-Men films that I don't like and I don't really want on my collection because I just don't like them. You got Man of Steel on Blu-ray, which I've already got on 4K. Batman v Superman on Blu-ray, got on 4K. You got the Avengers films on Blu-ray. I don't even know why I brought that. They're all on 4K on Disney Plus. I got The Simpsons season 16 for some reason, which is not even the best season of The Simpsons. And then you got the James Bond films on 4K, which I don't know whether to keep or not. I just wanted to get the Daniel Craig 007 collection, slimmer, and it takes up less space. I think that's really it. Here's my Aquaman foreign Blu-ray if you're wondering as well. So if you like this video, please like it and please dislike.